Now it's time to test some XPath expressions with this small HTML code we've been using so far. I'm going to leave the HTML code I'm using with the link of this website in the description so you can play with it and understand how XPath works. So as you can see, this is a small HTML code of the Titanic transcript we've seen before. So this HTML code is going to help us understand what we've learned of XPath so far. So as you can see, there is the title, the plot description, and the small transcript I wrote. So you can test the XPath expression in that bar. For example, I'm going to write double slash and then write the tag name h1. So as you can see here, the result, it includes the h1 that is the title, Titanic 1997. And if I want the text, I can just write a slash and then text with parentheses. This is one way to get the text, but there are many ways to get text with Selenium or with scraping. I'm going to show you how to do it later. So now let's test some other XPath expression. So let's try the P, which is the paragraph tag. So now I write P and I get two results because I included two plot elements. Now let's try double slash div and now let's get the text inside it. So we get the transcript of this movie, which is just a small phrase of the movie. And now let's try some other expression. So I write double slash and P. So I get two results because I have two plots. So if I want to specify one element in particular, I have to open square brackets and inside I have to write the number. So for example, if I write 1, it means the first element or the first P element, which is the first plot that contains 84 years later. And if I write 2, it's the second plot that contains the text in the end, and that's it. So now let's write div to test the average XPath expression. So now I write the @ sign and then class and then open quotes and write full script. So this is going to be the XPath expression of the transcript element. So this represents the full script element and we just use the XPath expression with the div tag, the class attribute name, and the full script attribute value as we've seen before. So now if I want the text, I just write slash and text with parentheses and we just get the text. Now let's delete all the text values and just leave the sign elements of the XPath expression like the double slash, the quotes, square brackets, and the @ sign. So this is the bones of the XPath expression, and now I'm going to write the P tag, class, and now the value plot. So as you can see, I get one element because I just have one XPath with these conditions. And now let's test some logical operators. So to do so, I'm going to include parentheses and then copy this, write or, and then paste this expression. So I'm saying locate an element that contains the class plot or the class plot2. So either one or the other. So as you can see in the result, I get two results that tell us that both elements satisfy these conditions. Now, if I write and instead of or, I will get no result because there is no element that satisfies both conditions. So let's now try the contains function. So I delete one XPath expression and now just one remains. So I'm going to write inside the square brackets the word contains. And instead of writing the equal sign, I'm going to replace it with the comma. As you can see, it says that at least it should have two arguments. So I'm going to replace the equal sign with the comma. So as you can see, I get two results because both elements contain the word plot inside the attribute name. So that's why I get two results. This contains function will still work if I change the XPath expression. So let's change the p tag for div, and also let's change the plug attribute value for script. So now I get the transcript element, which is the full script, and that's how you use the contains function with XPath expressions. And that's it. Now it's your turn to test any XPath you want with this HTML code.